Sometimes they call me Nunda for a reason. Alphabet,
Glinda.
I'm a witch.
And I'm a witch.
But which is which?
The victim of a sponsored ad. A gluten-free and dairy-free spinach and artichoke dip.
Croissant.
You just gotta do you. You just gotta do
you.
what makes you.
My girlfriend told me I was gonna get salmonella poisoning. Oh, you're on Instagram.
That's cute.
That's cute. Like, moral of the story is if you go to school for something, doesn't have to be your lifetime career. Cheers!
Cheers!
Hi everyone, and welcome to today's episode of unMASCed. We are talking everything food and baking today, so please welcome our guest, Olivia from Olivia's Kitchen. Welcome!
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thanks for being on the show! I'm so excited you're here.
Thank you, I'm so excited to be here.
I know who you are, but tell the people, who are you?
Hello, I am Olivia, and I am a food blogger, content creator. I am a recipe developer, food photographer. I am a lot of things under this umbrella.
You wear many hats.
I wear many hats, yes. Many things under the umbrella of food content creator. So I have a blog where I develop, photograph, and post my own recipes.
Amazing.
All types of different things from, kind of healthier dinners to lovely desserts to high protein recipes.
I saw some of those desserts. They look so
all
good.
Kinds of things. I love to bake, but I have to balance it out with health.
Yeah.
So I have a blog where I post all my recipes, and I also create photo and video content for socials.
Amazing.
And I also do that for brands as well.
Fantastic. So what is, where do people find you?
So you can find me on Instagram and TikTok and also Pinterest if you're there. It's at From Olivia's Kitchen.
Perfect.
And my blog is oliviaskitchen.com.
All right, so oliviaskitchen.com and From Olivia's Kitchen. It will be tagged, so you will be able to find her. What made you get into the food creation, the recipe development? Have you always loved food?
Well, interestingly, food was not, a huge thing for me growing up. Both my parents, they did cook, but they didn't necessarily love it. It was just, kind of to have dinner on the table. But it was really in university, kind of, when, I had to start cooking for myself.
You're living, did you live on res or like a...
I lived off campus, res off campus.
Okay,
yeah.
so you had to fend for yourself.
I went to McMaster. And about halfway through my degree, I don't know, I just kind of developed random, gut issues.
Okay.
I don't know what was happening. I felt so bloated all the time. I felt kind of lethargic, and, I just didn't feel good when I was, I was sitting for a lot of hours of the day studying, but basically I decided through my research I was going to try a gluten-free diet.
Okay.
Maybe it would make me feel better. I'm a big, researcher, so, that was kind of what I concluded myself. And I was gluten-free for a total period of about 5 years.
Okay, it's a good chunk of time.
I stuck to the gluten-free diet. I was dairy-free, kind of in and out for part of that too. I think a lot of it might have been inflammation. Maybe it was stress. I don't know what it was, but I did a celiac test. I was never celiac. Okay. So I started to cook and bake more out of necessity because I committed to a gluten-free diet.
And back then there was not what we have today.
Not nearly as much.
100%.
I would love to, bake myself muffins to take to class and stuff like that. Yeah. So it was more so out of necessity back then. Very simple meals, but that was sort of where my enjoyment of cooking started. After a couple of years of being gluten-free, I felt inspired to start sharing what I was eating on Instagram. Yeah. So that was when I started my Instagram, and it was previously called LivGlutenFree.
Okay.
So that's where a lot of people knew me as, sharing my... Well, initially I wasn't...
I feel like that's where I've found you.
Yeah. Initially I wasn't even sharing recipes. I was just taking a photo of my sandwich that I was eating and posting it because I just wanted to get more gluten-free inspo.
Yes.
To, the video reels type of thing. I started to take it more and more seriously over time. How I actually got into learning about food blogging and kind of the content side was I was the victim of a sponsored ad during COVID. And I saw this sponsored ad for a food photography course.
Okay.
So I did this self-taught online food photography course, and I loved it. And she was talking about how people make money from their blogs and all the things you can do with food photography. So that was kind of what led me to then, you know, start the blog, take the Instagram more seriously, and sort of snowball from there.
So the food photography, that's very interesting because I've tried taking photos of my food. And it is really hard.
It's hard.
Like, there's been many times where my friend's like, "What is it?" Now I try really hard, and I just post it. Like, I don't care. Like, if you're not gonna like my Instagram post of my food, don't follow me. So you went to school for civil engineering, had some gut issues, and that really kind of started everything for you.
Yeah.
And then COVID came. You're like, let me take this. Yeah. Kind of. I mean, a little bit like big life change.
Yeah. Contract job. So my contract was expiring, and I was just gonna let it expire, and then I decided I was just gonna take the leap and try my own business.
But that's what you need to do sometimes, you know, just
because at the time, you know, I was very privileged, very comfortable. I was living at home at the time.
Yeah.
Didn't have many expenses, and I thought, like, what could happen if I just try it out?
Yeah.
You know, there was not many downsides, so I just decided to try my own business. You know, I was gonna grow my Instagram, grow my blog. I was gonna get ads on my blog for some income. I was gonna start working with brands.
The business coming out there.
Yeah, we snowballed, and now we're still doing it.
I love it. I love this for you. So you took a chance, you did the damn thing, and it's paid off.
Yes.
Which is great. So, moral of the story is if you go to school for something, doesn't have to be your lifetime career.
You don't have to work with the men outside.
No. And if you could like look back at like high school you and like give her some advice or give her like a pep talk, like what would you say?
Well, that's a good question. I wish that we could just kind of like educate like high school kids more about like what these jobs really look like what is out there now. I mean, even when I was in high school, I don't think content creation was even really out there.
No.
So just to know that it's like okay to change your mind. I'm still grateful that I did a university degree. You need it. I mean, it's just good life skills
even
if you don't use it. But just to know that it's okay to change course, change your mind, and try new things. Like, it'll be okay.
Yeah. You were recently on TV.
Yes.
So excited!
My debut!
Your debut! So you were on, it was Breakfast Television. How was that? That was your first time on TV ever.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're a natural talking. So
thank you.
Give us the tea, sis.
Opportunity came up through my partnership managers, which we have the same managers.
We do have the same. Hi, Jamie. Hey, Lynn. We love you.
They're the best. And the email came through, like, Olivia, would you want to be on Breakfast Television? I was like, oh my god, what? Like, all caps response, like, not professional.
Yeah, no,
like, what?
Yeah.
I was just, like, shocked that this could be an opportunity. But they gave me free reins of, you know, what I would want to talk about in, like, a food segment. I knew it was going to be in January, so I was thinking, you know, okay, healthy. And what we ended up doing was 3 high-protein desserts, which is great because it's really actually like top of mind for me right now. Like I've been sort of committing to this like healthier diet, and so it's stuff that I've actually been eating that I want to share. And I was responsible for the whole like 4-minute segment. I had to plan everything. I had to bring all the ingredients, my 3 things. I had to bring a demo ingredients. Like we were gonna demo one part of it. And it was a lot of work, but it was really fun.
But it was fun. It was rewarding.
Yeah, it's so cool to see the behind the scenes.
Yeah, I could imagine. Because seeing there that after, like, you do all of the work, but then when you watch TV, it's like magic, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like,
so
like,
magic.
Wow, but there's so much prep work that kind of goes into it.
Yes.
And it was in the morning. What time did you have to get there?
Okay, it wasn't as early as I was expecting. I was afraid it was going to be like 4 a.m. Yeah. No one's watching TV at 4 a.m. I don't know why I thought it'd be that, but I had to get there at like just after 8.
That's still pretty early. I could be a people pleaser, okay? But have you ever like pretended to like something to make that person not feel bad?
I mean, maybe. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah. Like, if someone is cooking for you, then they went out of their way.
It's true.
It's a lot of work. I mean, when I host a dinner party, I like people to tell me that it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it always is good, but regardless of if you think that.
So I recently saw in your stories that you were auditioning for the Great Canadian Baking Show.
Yes.
Okay, tell us about this.
An open casting call for the Great Canadian Baking Show. And if you watch the Great British Bake Off, it's Canada's version of that. So they bake in a tent.
I've seen this.
Yeah, there's 3 challenges every week. There's usually like 10 people from across the country. So I applied online last year, but maybe I wasn't like that serious about it, so I never heard anything. But this year was the first year maybe they did an open call in Toronto.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this was also so much work. So you had to bring your signature bake.
Okay. And you brought...
And I brought macarons.
They looked so
French macarons.
good.
They were Aperol Spritz flavor.
So cute.
So I did a Aperol orange marmalade in the middle, and then a champagne buttercream. Yeah. And they were shaped like little seashells.
Yes. And it was so... And you piped that all yourself, too.
Yeah.
Like, I saw that and I was like, oh my god, this looks so good.
Yeah. They, like, macarons are known to be, like, a tricky
They're
dessert.
hard. I did a macaron class once. I failed.
Did you?
Oh, I failed, like, miserably. I don't bake. We know this. We kind of chatted about that. Like, I can't bake.
Yeah, that's okay.
And I tried really hard. Like, I still ate them all.
It's still good even when you fail.
It was still good when it failed, but, like, for that to look that good, like, give yourself a pat on the back. Like,
thank you.
It was impressive.
I appreciate that. I figured that a lot of people would bring, like, layer cakes.
Yes.
And I hate making cakes.
Yeah.
I find cakes to be really hard with the icing and whatever, the decorating. I don't have time for that. So I did macarons, equally as difficult. And so there was a tasting component and then like a little personal interview component.
Okay.
I got to chat with some of the producers.
So exciting.
And hopefully I hear back.
Yeah.
But I could just hear nothing also.
Oh, fingers crossed. We're putting it out there. We speak into an existence.
I hope. Except people will not know about it because if they contact me, it'll be confidential.
Fair.
So.
Until you're on the TV.
Yeah. I guess we'll never know.
We'll never know. I love that. Okay, so that is like a big dream for you. But what else do you have in terms of dreams? Like, what are your dreams, hopes, aspirations? I'm a manifestation girly, so
yeah,
we like to speak things into existence.
Basically, what I want to do with my platform is just become known as, like, what's the word? Not an expert, like known as like an inspiration, like in terms of like cooking, baking, like hosting content. I'm not saying I'm gonna be like Martha Stewart, but like if I could be.
I see that for you though. I love that. I love that for you.
Like I would love to have a cookbook someday. I think it would be so fun. Which is actually funny because I'm a blogger and I don't really enjoy writing.
No,
I don't really like writing. I don't. It's like pulling teeth for me. But I do it. And I love the photography aspect. I love the recipe aspect, and I love like curating things.
Yes.
So I feel like creating like a vibe of a cookbook would just be so awesome, and just to like see something with your name on it. Like I feel like for creators, like to get into like traditional media, TV, print, it kind of feels like an extra like seal of approval.
It
like
does.
on your presence.
Yes.
So, I mean, we've got the TV check mark. So
check.
Maybe a book.
I love that, and I feel like that is definitely very possible.
Yeah.
And will happen.
Definitely.
The validation piece, like, yeah, as creators, it's kind of hard, right? Because everyone always looks at it and it's like, oh, you're on Instagram.
That's cute.
That's cute. Like, so you don't work. I'm like, what?
This is work.
This is work. There's so much work that goes into it, you know?
I feel like I want to explain.
Talk to me.
Like, in the beginning, like, I want to explain how I went from the gluten-free to the non-gluten-free. So I feel like I need to give the people more background. Okay. They might be confused.
Yeah. Where did LivGlutenFree go?
This is just a fair question. So, as I mentioned, I was gluten-free for a period of 5 years. Mm-hmm. And I noticed that, you know, I wasn't eating gluten, but I noticed that, like, the bloating and all my symptoms were kind of, like, getting better-ish.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's great. So I did the celiac test. It was negative.
Yeah.
I went on a trip to New Zealand with some friends. Yeah. And I was really stressed about, you know, me being the only one having to find gluten-free food everywhere.
Yeah, because it's very stressful.
It is. And it is stressful for people who have to eat gluten-free. So I was fortunate that before I left, I started testing out gluten.
Okay.
And seeing if I could just, you know, kind of be more laid back on my trip. And it was fun.
You were okay.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really don't know what the issue was. It must have just been a period of like inflammation from stress.
Stress can kill the body. Like, stress is truly the number one killer. It's the most silent killer. I mean, I could talk about this for days.
I love that. I mean, I truly don't remember feeling like that intensely stressed, but I think it's just kind of like
Your body knows first.
Yeah. So I guess, you know, I kind of healed from that, and I went on my trip, and I ate everything, and I was fine. And now, you know, I'm lucky that I've been able to expand my diet. So I had the name LivGlutenFree, and so a few months after this, I've been eating gluten, and it just didn't feel authentic to me anymore.
Yeah.
To live under this name, to only post gluten-free when I was trying new things that I wanted to share. It's just my food page at the end of the day. So it was a big deal to change the name from LivGlutenFree to Olivia's Kitchen. It was a rebrand. Yeah. I changed the blog name. I changed the Instagram name. Confuses people. Yeah. So I changed that to be authentically me, and then that's where we are now.
Yeah. Well, I am very excited for this journey. And I think it is something that, again, speaks to what you were saying before. Like, you went to school for something, and then you changed it. Like, it's okay to change. It's okay to grow.
Yeah.
It's okay to evolve.
Yes.
And there's going to be people that love seeing that evolution. There's going to be some people who are like, hey, I wish there was more gluten-free. But, like, you can still do some gluten-free. You can still do other things.
Yeah.
But the evolution is key. Like,
yes.
We need that.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
That's really good advice. I think that.
Sometimes they call me Nunda for a reason. Yeah, I think, you know, evolution is so beautiful, and often we're so scared of changing. But good for you. You changed twice.
I changed,
multiple times.
A lot of times. So you can do it. Just try it. What's going to happen if you try?
Like, what's going to happen if you don't try? That's my question.
Then you'll stay the same. That's what I was afraid of. I was gonna kind of felt pigeonholed in like a niche that is a great niche that I still have all those recipes on my blog.
Yes.
That we're making today.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so good. I can't wait.
And sometimes you just gotta be true to yourself.
Exactly.
Well, actually, all the time.
Well, all the time, and I think that really that's really what sets people like apart. It's like, like you are authentic, and I think that's a really good story that I think many people will relate to.
Yeah.
Right? Authenticity, but also it's like, you went through this and now I'm not. There are so many people out there that did gluten-free for a while or did dairy-free for a while, and now they're like, no, I'm okay with trying it, but they almost feel like they can't talk about it because people are going to be like, meh, meh, meh.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Yeah. And if you're talking about people online, I mean, I need to take my own advice, but you just gotta do you. You just gotta do
you.
What makes you.
So what recipe would you never post on your blog?
I don't know if I can ever post my future mother-in-law's pasta sauce recipe.
That is fair, because Italians, they will, first of all, they probably won't tell you an ingredient when they're telling you their secret sauce.
Maybe she didn't.
But you can't tell anyone else.
No.
I
have it in a secret note on my phone.
Yeah, lock that.
Lock it. And I've made it, and I think it tastes similar, and I would love to share it with the world, but maybe we'll just have to figure out how to jar it nicely and
there
sell
you go, and sell it. Period. Smart. So this was so fun.
So fun.
I'm ready to cook now.
Yes.
Are you?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm thirsty and I'm hungry.
Yes.
So let's go. We'll do a little quick cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers. All right, you saw us drinking these delicious mocktails, and as promised, we're gonna show you how to make it. And thanks to AHA for this cute little mini fridge.
So cute.
The glasses and the drinks.
Which color do you want?
I love green.
Okay.
Clearly.
Green.
What color do you like?
Oh, wait, I was gonna say pink. It's giving Alphaba Glinda.
Alphaba.
Glinda.
Alphaba.
Glinda.
I'm a witch.
And I'm a witch.
But which is which?
Here's I don't.
All right, what are we making?
Citrus pink fizz mocktails.
Grab that. Here, we're gonna measure it nicely. See, this is why
nice and proper.
I'm so bad at baking, because I just eyeball everything.
And some people are like that. Some people just don't like measuring.
I hate measuring.
I love measuring.
Well, that makes sense, because you bake.
I do. Baking is a science, so I would recommend measuring. That's like my mom. She's always like, my banana bread didn't turn out. I'm like, did you measure? No. Okay.
Up next, I guess.
Orange juice, 2 ounces.
Orange juice, 2 ounces. Okay. I made a cake the other day.
Yeah?
And
what
it
kind?
was a Betty Crocker mix.
Okay, but
I still fucked it up.
What happened?
What flavor? I don't know. It just deflated in the middle.
Oh.
And the middle was undercooked. And everything else was burnt. And my girlfriend told me I was going to get salmonella poisoning.
I would eat it anyway.
I did.
I love cake batter. It was partially cooked.
Right? It was partial. It was fine. Okay. 1 ounce lime. Beautiful.
Did you ice the cake?
I did, but it melted the frosting.
Was it hot?
It was hot. 0.75.
Is this like sticky?
This is sticky, but we can grab a spoon. Let's try.
Oh, no, that's good.
We're good.
I've never bought agave actually.
I love
it's
it.
so popular,
It's
but
so
I've
good.
never bought it.
This is 2 ounces. Okay.
Hey!
Cheers!
Cheers! Oh my gosh, yum.
Oh, it's so good.
That's really good.
It is good. And it's a mocktail, so no alcohol.
Yeah, it's so good.
Cheers!
Thanks, Aha.
Thank you. All right, we have our drinks.
Cheers.
Cheers. I think we need some food to go with these mocktails. What do you think?
Totally.
All right, what are we making today, Olivia?
Okay, so we're gonna be making a gluten-free and dairy-free spinach and artichoke dip.
Love it.
Delicious.
Love me a good dip. And this is from oliviaskitchen.com. So if you want the full recipe, please go there, but we will show you it today.
Yes.
All right, let's
We're gonna have a great demo.
Yay!
Spinach and artichoke dip is usually a very cheesy dip, right?
Yes.
So we're making it dairy-free, and we're actually not even gonna use any dairy-free cheese.
Okay.
So the base of kind of the hardiness of the dip is gonna be some blended cashews.
Okay. Cashews, a lot of people make cheese from cashews, like the cheese,
Yeah.
quote unquote cheese and vegan.
Yeah.
I know a lot of vegans.
A lot of people do, yeah. They have like a really great texture once you blend it.
Okay.
Plus they've got, a little bit of protein, a little bit of fat and all
Yeah.
that. So we've got them soaking in some boiling water for just about 20 minutes, and we're just gonna casually drain this out.
Okay.
Just to soften them so it's easier to blend.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Mini KitchenAid. What's up, KitchenAid?
I love this thing. It is so great. This mini food processor.
Yeah. And it's convenient size, because I feel like condos nowadays, like I can't
Yes,
have
I
a
know.
full-size mixer. Add some water.
Adding just a couple tablespoons of water just to help it blend. I just did 3 there.
Okay.
Put the lid on.
Perfect.
Ready?
Yes.
So good. Okay. So I'm just gonna carefully scrape down the sides to make it a little bit smoother.
Okay. Get the chunks in there.
So this is what we're working with here. Okay, so now we're just gonna combine all the rest of the ingredients in a big bowl to make our dip. Nona, if you want to get those in there.
I can do that. In there.
Okay, now we're just gonna add everything else. So
Perfect.
the other part of the base, along with the cashews, is gonna be some mayonnaise.
Mayo.
If you want to make this dip fully vegan, you can use a vegan mayo. Spinach here, this is frozen, thawed, and drained.
Perfect. And again, for like the exact measurements, oliviaskitchen.com.
Yep. Artichokes.
Artichoke.
Spinach and artichoke dip.
Okay, so
we've
we've
got.
got to throw this in.
Yep, put them in. So we've got some water chestnuts. Okay, if you've never had a water chestnut, they are so crunchy.
They taste like water.
It does. They taste very
Like
fresh.
they have like when you bite it, you feel water.
Yeah.
It gets
No, that's actually a good way to describe it.
it gets wet.
But once they're in the dip, it's going to be an amazing crunch. You can find these in like the canned vegetable aisle, or sometimes they're in like the canned Asian vegetable section.
Okay, what next?
Okay, onion.
Okay.
Got some diced onion. Sorry,
Diced
I'm
onion.
putting you to work. You can't
I
have
know. I'm like, I'm trying to sit here, I like it. Put me to work.
Okay, good. We've got some garlic minced up.
I love garlic. So good.
Delish.
Okay.
Okay, take a sip. Now,
I like it.
there's no cheese in this dairy-free dip, so nutritional yeast is gonna bring that cheesy flavor. Do you ever use nutritional yeast?
I've never used it, so I don't
No?
know what it is. What does it smell like? It kind of just smells neutral. It has a little bit of a smell to it, but not too much.
So, I mean, I don't even know exactly what it is. It's a type of yeast that vegan recipes use a lot for that cheesiness. Like you'll find when we put it in, like without it, it's missing that kind of like cheesy flavor.
Okay.
And so nutritional yeast, not regular yeast,
Not regular, nutritional.
adds
There we go.
the flavor. And we might add more if we taste it.
Okay.
Juice of 1 lemon.
Okay. Do I do one, you do one?
Sure.
Okay, we'll do it together.
I like to do it. I like to juice it over my hand to catch the seeds.
Got you.
I just lost a seed.
That's okay.
But in principle. So the lemon is going to be our little bit of acid. So it's going to add that like brightness and that like sort of tang. And normally when you make a spinach dip, you have maybe some sour cream cheese in there.
Yeah.
So the lemon adds that sort of like tang flavor. And without it, it will taste a little bit flat.
Okay.
So it's good that we have that. And this is just a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And it's going to add just a little bit of the same thing.
Okay. It's interesting what ingredients you pick as like replacements. Like you're like, oh, because it doesn't have this, we need something that gives the tang. Like, so smart.
Yes,
smart.
especially when you're doing dairy-free or gluten-free or any type of allergy like sub for something that you've had before. It's really important to replicate all those different flavors because otherwise like you'll notice that something's missing.
Yeah.
And with this recipe, nothing's missing. Except the gluten and dairy.
I like that. I like that.
A little bit of pepper.
A little dash.
A little bit of salt.
And now am I good to give her a mix?
Mix it up.
Okay.
Everything is safe to eat.
What do I have? It was good.
Okay, that's really good. I'm into an oven-safe dish.
Okay. Just plop her in.
Yep. So we're gonna put this in the oven at 400.
Okay.
You can preheat it before you start mixing everything so it's ready to go. We're gonna put it in there for about 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay.
And we'll take a look at it. Maybe broil it at the end for the top.
Love it.
Amazing.
Okay, let's put this in the oven. And look at that. It's ready.
Delicious, gluten-free, dairy-free, spinach and artichoke dip.
We love it. Let's show everyone. It's a little hot, but there we go.
Steaming.
Look at that. Get in my belly. It is shocking that there is no cheese in here.
It's got that cheesy texture, eh?
Yeah.
And I like a little bit of crunch with the water chestnut.
I was about to say the water chestnut.
Yeah.
It's so good. I could eat all of this.
So good.
You know what goes good with a little snack? A game.
Yeah.
Are you ready to play one?
Let's play.
Let's go. Welcome back to unMASCed. So I love playing games.
Okay.
I'm a game girl.
Yep.
And at the end of every episode, we play a game.
All right.
Are you ready?
I hope so.
So for today, we are going to be playing the food emoji game.
Okay.
We have the bread emoji,
Okay.
the cheese emoji, and the flame emoji.
Grilled cheese.
Yeah!
Really?
Yeah, that was good.
Perfect.
Okay, 1 out of 1. Okay, this is really easy.
Okay.
Avocado and the bread
Toast.
emoji. Yeah. All right, so next we have the honey emoji. We have the flame emoji.
Ooh.
And we have the chicken emoji.
Ooh. Hot honey chicken wing?
Close. Yeah, it was hot honey chicken.
Yeah.
It was good. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm gonna go into level medium now.
Oh, shoot.
Are you ready?
Yep.
We have the steak emoji, the egg emoji, the bread emoji, and the French flag emoji.
Steak, egg, bread,
French.
Steak, egg, bread. I don't know. Beef tartare.
Yes! Bingo! Ding, 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 ding.
I only had my first beef tartare like recently.
Really?
I was scared of the raw beef, but it was delish.
It's so good. It's one of my favorites.
The egg
scary.
freaks me out.
It's scary,
But
but
it was
like
good.
so good.
So good.
So good. Okay. Are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
We have the steak emoji, the potato emoji,
Okay.
the garlic emoji, and the croissant emoji. Oh, one more emoji, and the English flag emoji.
Okay, steak. Then what?
Potato,
Steak, potato, bread.
croissant,
Croissant.
croissant.
Steak, potato, croissant.
Yeah,
English?
English.
Like a roasty dinner?
Close is a type of roast, like
Like a...
think of English dishes.
Like a beef Wellington?
Yeah!
Really?
Yeah, that's what people mention. I know. Because I guess it's the pastry, like the pastry. Yeah.
Okay, that's so true. A little roasty.
Okay. Next, we have the chocolate emoji and the fire emoji and the cookie emoji. This one's hard.
Spicy chocolate?
Close.
Like a hot chocolate?
Close.
Chocolate hot cookie. Like hot chocolate with a cookie?
This one's harder.
Spicy, like Mexican spicy
Think
chocolate?
of like fire. What do you do with the fire to get the cookie?
Oh, a s'more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last one.
Okay.
The mango emoji
Okay.
and the rice emoji.
Mango sticky rice!
Yes! Well, that is our game.
Woo!
Thank you so much for playing. We have the hand clap emoji, the 100 emoji,
Love
and
it.
the celebration emoji.
Love it!
So thank you so much for being a guest on unMASCed.
Thank you.
Hopefully you sat back and were unmasked this episode. So what do you have upcoming that you would love to let the people know?
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on the show. We had so much fun today. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at From Olivia's Kitchen. And you can also find lots of the recipes we mentioned on my blog, which is oliviaskitchen.com. Follow along.
Okay.
Follow along. I'm always posting new recipes to go with the seasons, to go with the holidays. We've got everything you want on the
Everything
website.
coming up. So check it out. oliviaskitchen.com.
Check it out. Thank you.
Thank you.